I'm Holly Constant.
And I'm Madi Hockaday. We really love Parks and Rec, and we really love behind-the-scenes details.
So we're researching everything from DVD extras like deleted scenes and commentaries,
plus interviewing cast and crew who actually worked on the show.
We also bring on guests and friends to geek out about everything parks.
So join us, you tropical fish.
This is literally the best Parks and Rec rewatch podcast.
We're your park pals.
There's a park and some pals, and there's also therapy too.
Okay, welcome everyone to season 6, episode 3. I do have a little bit of I don't want to call it recap. I used to call it recap because, whatever, but it's just stuff I missed. So things I missed, Heather McFall, who we talked about in the first episode where Leslie was in her plan of, no problem too small, and she had a cut scene, and she sent us a voice memo. I was actually curious because as I was editing, I was like, wait a second, did she actually receive a script? Because it sounded like it was mostly just improv, but she did actually receive a script. She did get a script for the show, and I think they had auditioned all for the same role, but they ended up having multiple of the townspeople. So I just thought that was interesting because it did, and she sent me the picture. It was really cute of the script. So if anyone, in case anyone was wondering, and she did end up doing a lot of improv as well, but there was a script.
Cool.
So that's fun.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. I had written this note about Anne and Chris, and I just wanted to talk to you about it really fast.
Yes, always.
Right. Because I feel like one of the notes that I had was, I think what I needed, because I think that I was, we were concerned or confused a little bit about last week and everything. And I think what I needed was a moment between Anne, Chris, and the audience of just Anne and Chris and us seeing it of oh my God, we're pregnant. Yay. I think I needed that moment because last week I had talked about how I was confused. Wait, we're already telling people? I thought they knew what is happening. Donna seems to already have known, but that's just because Donna's really smart and brilliant and perceptive. But I think for me, I was that's why I was confused. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I think I really needed that moment between them to say they're so excited that this is happening, because we didn't get that with the relationship really, and we didn't get that with the sperm really. Maybe at the sperm bank we sort of had a moment of we don't have to do this today, and even that, as small as it was good for me. So I think I just wanted to let you know and get your thoughts on if that would have helped.
I think it would have. I think so much of Chris and Anne is just so out of the blue for me, at least in this part of the series, right? When they first date in the beginning, it's yes, this makes sense. That I think you're right. I think if we had been part of more of these decisions, it might have helped us, because I know that we were privy to Anne wanting to get pregnant, right? And she was really excited about having a kid, and then we didn't get to be part of that moment where they find out.
Yeah.
So I think you're right.
Yeah. And splicing it all in to Tom being in there at the same time, I think also confused me.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
It was good comedy.
Right, totally. And to find Dr. Saperstein, but if they had a little bit of a moment of oh my gosh, I took a pregnancy test, let's go make sure for reals. I think that would have helped me a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
Just throwing that out there. Okay. As I was editing it, I was reading it and I was why am I so confused? Anyway, okay. All right. So, I had talked about how I wanted to ask Norm. Norm Hiscock is a producer who has been so gracious and wonderful to us in the previous seasons, because he was a consulting producer, a writer, all the things. And I wanted to ask him some questions about London, but I couldn't remember if he was in season 6. And so I emailed him, and it actually turns out that I was right that he was not in season 6. He actually jumped over to Brooklyn Nine-Nine at this point. So
gotcha.
I really love that I found that out, and I think that's really cool because we've been talking about that, how a lot of people kind of switched over and jumped ship a little bit. Not in a bad way. Jump ship sounds bad, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I think they transitioned. And I think we talked about the same thing happened in The Office when I think about season 6, people started leaving and coming
that's
over to do
right.
parks.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, and it goes with that whole, like, we need a big shakeup between 5 and 6 to make it feel like a new, like we've still got good ideas or, new ideas or whatever. So
yeah, that's right. So anyway, yes, he jumped over there and I asked him, because I was like, you've been so gracious and the only way I can really pay you back is ask if there's anything to promote for you, to anything that we can like start watching so that we can get the views up for him. And he said he just finished the 2nd season of the King of the Hill reboot, which I had talked about, but I totally forgot that had come out.
Yeah.
It starts it's coming out in August on Hulu. So,
Okay.
and technically, I think it's like technically season 14 because where they had left was like season 13, I think, like back in the day. But anyway, he said they did a total of 20 episodes, 10 per season. And now he's searching for his next gig. And he was really nice and said, hope you're doing well and having a nice summer. And so, yeah, everybody, we should definitely watch King of the Hill in August to support Norm because he's been so great and wonderful.
Absolutely. I totally forgot about that.
I know, because I remember talking about it on the podcast, but nothing had started yet. It was just, announced. So I'm really glad that we're getting to see that kind of full circle of it's coming out now.
Yeah.
So when that comes out, I'll have to post about it and everything and remind everyone. So,
yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so thank you for the What I Missed segment. And now we are at season 6, episode 3, Pawnee-Eagleton Tip-Off. Oh my gosh, such a classic episode.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about, sometimes when we log off, we talk about, hey, this is the next episode we're going to talk about. We didn't do that last time. And when I went to go watch this episode, I was like, already?
I know.
Damn. Yeah. So it's exciting. This is so wonderful. We see so many sides of Leslie. We see some really interesting relationship stuff between Ben and Leslie. April and Anne, who we don't get seen put together too much because of the conflict between them. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good episode.
It's so good and it's so classic. And to your point too, I reference this episode. We have referenced this episode frequently because a lot of people were on it, or were going to be on it in earlier seasons. We had talked about this person also wrote this episode, and that we'll talk about it a little later. But we've referenced this episode frequently, and so to have it finally be here is like, oh my god, yeah, like you said, already what?
Yeah.
At the beginning of season 6. I guess I think I thought it was maybe towards the end of season 6, but no, it's here. And that makes sense because then we have, like we talked about last week, Craig and all the other Eagleton people coming in and the good old fashioned shake-up moment happening.
Yeah. And I think it made me realize, because I'm sitting here and I think we talked about it, that we only have 30 something episodes left. Right. And season 7's short. And I think I just thought there was so much more of the show left.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so when this happened, I was like, wait, we're actually
getting to
close to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the beginning of this year, I had thought about it. I was like, I think we're by the end of this year, early next year, we'll be done reviewing the show. Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one was written by Alan Yang, who we all know and love, and directed by Nicole Holofcener. Such amazing legends for this writer-director team. Alan Yang, if you're new here, is a huge writer of the series, producer of the series, also producer and writer on The Good Place, of course. Also co-creator of Master of None with Aziz Ansari, we love. Also creator of Loot on Apple TV with Maya Rudolph, and of course played Chang in Mouse Rat. So he is a legend already. But you should definitely check out all those other shows if you haven't. I know most of this crowd has probably already seen The Good Place, but if you haven't checked out Master of None or Loot yet, those are great too. Adam Scott makes appearances in Loot as well, and The Good Place. Definitely a little reunion moment happens sometimes, so that's fun.
I wonder if Schur worked on this with Kristen Bell and was like, this is it. Like, this is my person for this show.
Yeah, I wonder too. He was already a huge fan of her. I found some articles about how she
can
got
you
cast.
not be?
Yeah, of course. Oh my gosh, perfect. But there are, I did research because we've talked about this in the past as well, where TV shows will put people on, you know, their previous show to kind of test out and see how they feel and how they work together and everything, and then cast them. And I did research like if they did that with Kristen Bell, and all of the sources confirmed that that's not what happened. But I'm sure, I mean, it wasn't like an official, I'm going to test her out and then use her for The Good Place. I think it was just like, I'm a huge fan of hers and I would love to work with her in the future at some point. So I think it just kind of happened after.
Yeah.
Because I looked up too that The Good Place, I believe, started in 2016, and we're only in 2013 right now, for Parks.
Yeah.
So not quite overlapping like Brooklyn Nine-Nine has, but yeah, definitely in there. Okay, so Nicole Holofcener, who is the director of this episode, is amazing, and I've gone on a whole diatribe about her in the past, but just, again, if you're new here, she's an amazing writer-director, directs so much of Julia Louis-Dreyfus's movies, which is amazing. She also wrote and was nominated for an Oscar for the movie Can You Ever Forgive Me with Melissa McCarthy, which was a little bit more of a dramatic movie for Melissa McCarthy, and I actually...
Never seen it.
I know. I remember there being such buzz about it, and I'm awful and haven't seen it yet, but I want to. It's on my list for sure. And Melissa McCarthy was also nominated for an Oscar as well for that. So I definitely want to take a look. It looks really cool. She also is, of course, a seasoned TV director. She did shows like Inside Amy Schumer, Orange is the New Black. This will be her fourth and last episode of Parks, though.
Dang.
She moves on to do other things. The other 3 episodes that she directed was Eagleton in season 3, which is lovely.
Okay. Yep.
And awesome. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but she's got some Eagleton episodes under her belt now. Smallest Park in season 4, which our favorite romantical episode. If you are not a nerd and don't know the names of the episodes, that is the episode that Ben and Leslie kiss and officially get together and is like, screw it, I don't care, I want to be together, which we love.
Absolutely.
So good.
And
And
I wonder
then,
if. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Finish. I wonder if because the whole Eagleton thing, right? Like you've created this whole other town. They're not there all the time, but they're like, it's an important staple of the Pawnee universe. Does it make sense to keep the same director, to keep the same tone of Eagleton?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I wonder if that's why.
Yeah, I wonder too. I'm not sure. I would actually love to ask a director that's directed multiple episodes, like, you know, do they call you back and just say, hey, do you want to direct this? Or do you ask and say, I really want to direct this next episode or any other episode? I mean, as far as I know, they call you essentially, or they call your agent or whoever and is like, you know, whatever, will you please direct this episode? Are they available at this time? But yeah, that would be interesting to know specifically about the Eagleton for sure. Yeah. The other episode that she directed was Jerry's Retirement in season 5. Great episode. Yay. Love. And then now we've got the Pawnee-Eagleton tip-off in season 6. So great work to the writer-director team. Can't wait to get into it. Now I'm ready for a summary whenever you are.
Perfect. Ben and Chris get their nerd gang back together to help Eagleton out of some trouble, and Leslie tries to help in the best way she knows how. Anne and April take a trip to vet school and go out shopping for baby items, and Ron goes off the grid.
Yay! Oh my gosh. No grid. No grid.
No grid. So good.
It's so good. Oh my gosh.
There's a couple very staple like chants like that in this episode that are so great.
Yeah, so many lovely things happen. I love it. And so much growth, I feel. And I have to say, okay, so before we start, in my research, I found, and I want to say that some of the reviews for this episode were not great. People were confused and did not love, because for me, and not just because I'm analyzing, you know, because we analyze this, but because I just like this episode so much, love this episode. I think it's classic. It's like a lot of growth and improvement, but people were saying that they were confused and mad that there was this like bajillion long, rivalry between these two towns, and now they're just BFFs in one episode. How? And I, first of all, don't think that they were ever BFFs. Even when they when they come together and merge. Secondly, Leslie clearly does not want this. One of the reviews were saying, like, now it's all swept under the rug. It is not swept under the rug, honey. Okay? Like, even when they are merged, I don't think that she's into it. She becomes used to it. And then, lastly, from what I, have seen, that first hatred in, like, the beginning seasons, season 6 and before, or season 5 up until the end and before, like, you didn't have Ben as a foil to help you understand, like, political involvement. You also didn't have the recall vote that she also is using kind of as one of the reasons, even though she still hates it. But, growing up and being in public service, I feel you didn't have, she hated Eagleton, but she didn't have Ben to kind of give her that other perspective too. Ben also and also to that point, Ben also encouraged her to give that guy from Eagleton, whatever his name was, St. Charles, the benefit of the doubt for the park in Eagleton. And, when they visited, and so it wasn't, one episode done. It was a little bit more of to me, it was a little bit more of an evolution. And I will say it could have taken more than one episode to get the merging of Eagleton together. But that's why we have the next episode when we're like, okay, this is the plan. What the F are we doing now? You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I don't agree, but I can see what they're saying.
Yeah. And I'm with you. Like, if you watch the rest of the season, it's not all sunshine and rainbows after they decide. Like, they're all against each other. They still fight. And we even saw the public forum at the end where they're explaining what's going to happen. People are upset. And I think it wasn't an easy decision. And as Ben, I think it's Ben that mentions, like, if we don't help them, this is going to spiral. It has a ripple effect. It's going to impact all of us. So we have to get in and help now before it's too big of a problem.
Right. Yeah. So, but I did think that was interesting to learn.
Yeah. I thought people wouldn't like it because they're like, oh no, we're going to merge these two towns. I don't want this.
Yeah. Which I guess maybe that's the root cause of why they are feeling, short-sighted or shortchanged, I should say.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so we start this episode with Ben and Leslie right before a press conference. Ben added some jokes slamming Eagleton, and Leslie thinks that's the sexiest thing he's ever said to her. Really? That?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Slamming
so
Eagleton is a way to gain some points, which is true.
Yeah.
I mean, she has to do what she has to do at this point, and she also, it's not like it's compromising any moral, integrity she has, because she already wants to do this.
Yeah.
She would do this.
She already doesn't like Eagleton.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I like his little smile when she was like, well, do I feel guilty about it? No, because Eagleton's terrible. And I like that he wasn't like, okay, that's too much. I like that he was like smiling and so in love with her. It was very cute.
Yeah. Very, very cute. And I love that she, she's like, I love having you on my team. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do too.
Yeah.
Well, so now we're talking about how Pawnee gets to host the Pawnee-Eagleton tip-off. Also, side note, it's funny that the subtle line of Ben saying it's like a friendly wager on a basketball game. And I was like, it is not a friendly wager.
Friendly?
I think.
What are you talking about?
And by subtle, I just mean like it's this subtle nod to him not being from here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, it's really, if it wasn't intentional, it's a completely very well done subconscious choice for him.
Totally. Yeah, totally. So Leslie is explaining who she is up against, essentially. This is Ingrid DeForest now, a new character for Parks, a city councilor from Eagleton. She looks perfect, which Kristen Bell just always does. You know what? I was thinking too, I don't know why this came into my head when I was researching it, but she reminds me of you know how The Office did Hilary Swank as the symmetrical face? I feel like that's what Kristen Bell is to Parks.
That's funny. I thought you were going to go the route of when they brought Amy Adams in to be like the next level Pam.
Yeah, that's true too.
That Kristen Bell's like the next level Leslie. Not that doesn't say anything about Jenna Fisher or about Amy Poehler, but
correct. No, but you are on the right track, because that's kind of what I have a quote later on, but something about how she's like, oh yeah, he said, Mike Schur there, I did some research and found some articles where he says, because I was researching how Kristen Bell got on the show, and Mike Schur was saying she's Leslie's equivalent but richer and better dressed, which I have to say is so funny, that her pearls, the overboard of pearls, is just so good and so funny, and I thought it was perfect.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So good. The pearls really are what it is.
Absolutely. And her like pin straight hair. Yeah. Perfect teeth, all the things, which is just Kristen Bell in general. But the way they did her hair is so good.
It is.
And yeah, I mean, I don't think we really need to explain to you who Kristen Bell is, but you also know her from Frozen, Veronica Mars, The Good Place, which she goes on to do 3 years after this park season. She also played, which I totally forgot, she also played Adam Scott's love interest in Party Down, so they had already worked together.
Yeah.
And she had already worked with Ben Schwartz as well in House of Lies in 2012. So she was kind of in the comedy realm / knew a lot of people before she got to set, which was really nice. Also, I didn't know Veronica Mars had a movie. That's kind of cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it, but because I love her so much, I've seen a lot of stuff online about it.
Totally.
But yeah, I think it was several years after the series had finished.
Yeah. I think they were filming it before this episode, but I'm sure like it took some editing and time to come after this episode. But they had filmed it already by the time she got to be here. And this is where I had done some research on, how she got to be on the show. Mike Schur reached out to her to get her to be on the show. And apparently this article from E! News was concerned because she played Adam Scott's love interest in Party Down. So they were like, no, there can't be any love interest / like trouble in paradise for Ben and Leslie. But Mike Schur is quoted as saying, "Do not fear," Schur tells E! News exclusively. "Not even the considerable charms of Kristen Bell can come between Leslie and Ben."
Yeah.
Which is good as a, reminder for the end, but like end game. But in the middle of the series, though, when she has that line of like, "I just want to borrow your husband for the night."
Yeah, the face
of Leslie. I felt the same
she
way.
does such a great job.
Oh my God. So good.
Yeah.
But apparently she was contracted for 1 episode only.
Oh, okay.
So that's interesting. But Mike Schur is quoted as saying, "Once people join the world of the show, we like to try to get them back. And she's obviously in crazily high demand, so who knows? But I love her as an actress and a comedian, and I think she's going to be great."
Yay. She was.
Yes. And so glad that she got to come back for more than 1 episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it just helps continue to build the world and the reality of it.
Yeah. And I think, like we talked about too, I think we needed to have, I think it's important for her to be there. But even if she wasn't there, I think it's important to have those 2 episodes back to back of like, okay, we said we were going to merge these towns. Now what the fuck? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm really glad that she did come back for that. Oh, yes. And I wrote, she had just finished doing the Veronica Mars movie. Okay. So that is confirmed.
Okay, cool.
So it probably just wasn't out yet, I don't think. Anyhow, so yes, and then this is also where Mike Schur says that she's Leslie's equivalent but richer and better dressed. And oh my gosh, she in the background of Leslie's talking head, Ingrid is kind of like waving her hand in front of her face, clearly saying something smells in Pawnee. Yeah. Their Eagleton friends are laughing along with her. Yikes. Tough stuff.
Oh boy, yeah.
Here we go. She
won such a good job.
Yes, she does. She won the Miss Indiana beauty pageant while she was still in office and pregnant.
Last year.
Right. Oh my God. Miss Indiana, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
God.
That's a huge deal.
I also love the idea of a pregnant lady winning the beauty pageant.
Yeah.
Why hasn't that happened? Yeah, let's do it. Indeed. Okay, so bit of random trivia that I found on IMDb. The same year this episode aired, a contestant of Eurovision Song Contest named Emily de Forest won with the song Only Teardrops, representing Denmark. So Ingrid and Emily share the same last name, which I thought that is funny and ironic. DeForest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see
I'd never heard of the name.
I know, me neither. And I can see Kristen Bell being in Eurovision, or like she's from somewhere like really perfect, like Denmark, which also is where What's-Her-Face is from, Heidi Klum.
Heidi Klum. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
I don't know if that
yeah.
was intentional, bro, but that is a wild, amazing thing of coincidence because, yeah, they're both so like obsessed with their town, or their towns are so obsessed with them, and they're perfect, like opposite of Leslie.
That's so funny. Yeah. Yeah. The opposite of Leslie's experience.
Yes.
Poor Leslie.
I know. Also, did you notice when they're having the press conference that, you know, the sign says Pawnee-Eagleton Classic, and it's just like the picture of them. It only shows ass. For the word classic, it's like they're cutting off the rest of the word.
That's so funny. Oh gosh.
I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it was just so hilarious to me.
I love it.
I'll have to post a picture of it.
Yes, please do.
So Leslie is saying if Eagleton beats them, Pawnee will give them a basket of apples from the Pawnee orchard, which I don't feel like we've ever talked about the orchard, right?
No. Did we even know that they had one?
Right. I was like, okay, that's cute.
That's cool. Pesticides. Yeah.
Ew. Oh, no, these are actually pesticide free. I ate one of these for breakfast this morning and I found a worm in it. So bet someone's feeling pretty stupid right now.
Yeah. So stupid.
Yes.
Oh, man,
and then if Pawnee wins, Eagleton will give Pawnee a basket of oranges, but they're made of Swarovski crystal and they're worth $700,000.
Yeah, because
no
why
wonder
not?
you're in debt. Oh my
yeah,
God.
for real. Oh my gosh.
You could have given us one if you wanted to compromise, and that would have been less than $700,000 probably.
Yeah, or just bring us some actual oranges.
Yeah. Oh my God. So, a reporter whose character name is Trod Frankenstipe, oh my God, amazing, says Leslie is down 15 points and asks what she's going to do. And Leslie is hilarious and turns this into basically a stand-up comedy routine slamming Eagleton, which I love. She takes the mic off of the podium. It's so funny.
I can't believe she did that. It's so, so funny.
It is so funny.
I love it.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's perfect. The perfect physical comedy for what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this reporter is played by Alan McLeod, and he was awesome. And he's been in a couple of episodes, actually, 3 to be exact. And I love that they bring him back to make sure our reporters are the same, to kind of build out this town moment, and especially local news, local government. I think that's really important. I could have sworn he was a reporter before this episode, but really he's recurring, and this is his first episode. He has 2 more episodes after this one. There's one later this season, and then in season 7 he comes back. I even went back through my emails to be like, wait, why haven't I reached out to him? That's so crazy. And it's because this is his first time. I guess I just remembered it differently.
Yeah. That's funny.
He's been in Drunk History, You're the Worst, 37 episodes of that show. NCIS, like he's done a bunch of stuff. He did a couple episodes of Conan. He was also in House of Lies, going back to Kristen Bell and Ben Schwartz being in House of Lies. A couple of UCB things, so an improv dude. Love that. And I did reach out to his agent, so hopefully he'll be interested in talking to us. But we'll see. I liked his performance.
Yeah. Great job.
Okay. All right. So do you have anything before we get to Ron?
I just, no. Oh, the high five between Ben and Leslie.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
So good.
Sorry. Yeah. I just think it rounded out the whole, starting with, I love that you're on my team, to ending with, like, yeah, high five. We nailed it.
That is so true. I love that. And it's such a victory lap for her after, Yes.
Yeah.
That's so true. Great point. Okay. So now we're with Ron, and he got the Pawnee Penny Saver coupon book thing sent to Diane's house, and he's only lived there for a month, and he's pissed that someone/something now knows his address. He would be so pissed at the data leaks that we have now, homie. Like,
oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Ron
The
Swanson
spam
would not want to
calls,
live
the
now.
texts. No, Ron Swanson
It's
would
so
be
bad.
in his cabin immediately.
Yeah. It's rough here. It's rough out here.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I love that he says the two magazines that he was subscribed to was Reader's Digest and Ebony, which was it turned out to be like a clerical error or something, but turned out to be a fun reading.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so funny.
I love it. This whole bit though of Tom and Donna being so on the grid with all their social media platforms and everything made me laugh so much. As far as like, did you get my Snapchat about it? And then her holding up her phone with like the him doing the duck face or whatever. So funny. Yeah. I just really love it.
And it fits their characters perfectly.
Totally. And what I was thinking, to that point, when I was thinking, I was like, wait, where have Tom and Donna been? Like, I love their dynamic. I wish that they had more scenes together and that we did more things with them. I just love it so much. Yeah. Treat yourself isn't enough.
It's not. No, we can't just do this once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have really good chemistry.
Totally. It's so good. I love this line, though. According to her Ustream, she should be here in 3, 2, 1. And then she walks in. Oh, my God. So crazy.
Hey.
Yes. And apparently Donna's really good at getting people off mailing lists and the grid. So that's why they decide, because he got what's his face off of the Williams Sonoma list. Gotta get my mitts on those mitts.
It's so hard sometimes to find out how to get off a list. Oh,
okay,
gosh,
can I
it's
tell
so
you?
bad.
Yes, I do this with my emails. I get so much junk email, and I have unsubscribed to so many fucking email lists, and yet still I have like 500. If I don't check or delete my emails within like 2 days, I get like 500 emails in my inbox, and I'm like, I don't remember doing this. And I feel like I unsubscribe to a lot, but then they have other like little substack things or emails that you can be subscribed to, and I'm like, oh my God.
I currently have over 12,000 emails.
Unread.
Oh in my personal email that I use for like signing up for coupons and stuff.
Oh my God.
Because that's how many freaking things they send.
Oh my God, I can't handle it. I would get a new email. Like for all the like responding to other stuff, I would have to start a new email and just start over.
Yeah.
It's like
fair.
Like when Tom says his fridge didn't work, so he just moved.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is the vibe.
Anyway, so now they're gonna try to get Ron off the grid. And side note, I read that Tom sends Donna a Snapchat, but Donna is using a Windows phone, and Windows Phone has never had a Snapchat app, which I thought that was funny. Yeah. And Tom is using a Windows tablet when Ron records his Vine, and Windows has never had a Vine app. But as far as I know, Windows for them has been their promotional material, aka product placement for parks, so they have to use a Windows tablet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Do it for the story.
Yeah. For the story, that's it. Did you ever use Snapchat?
Yeah, but definitely not to the level that like some people do.
Yeah.
I never used it as like a only way of communication between myself and someone else. It was like if I went to a concert or something and I wanted to send it to Connor or whatever. Like I was not heavy usage.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't keep up with it. I had a friend in high school and college who would use it all the time, and so every now and again I would send it to her, and then she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I love that you're on Snapchat, yay!" And it was fun to see like an actual real time picture of someone at the place that they were at or doing whatever they were doing, but. Especially because I feel like my friends mostly did use it for your purposes, like where you're talking about, as opposed to just like for dating and stuff, where you just like take a picture of yourself on your bed and you're like, what are you doing? That's also how people use it too. So
that's real.
But I couldn't keep up. I felt like texting was easier,
Yeah, I'm with you.
I felt like Instagram and Facebook Facebook at the time, but Instagram especially now is more about the pictures and stuff. And that's something that I can actually put my time and energy into thinking about a caption and like posting it to people. And it just seems a little bit more like quality time of
Yeah.
of that moment, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think that's the point of Snapchat, is to get you out of that. So anyways,
Yeah.
just curious. Yes, I love Ron's utter disdain, his just like face of hatred, essentially. Disgust.
That's exactly what it is. It's disgust. Oh
Yes.
gosh.
Okay, so now we are in Chris's office, and Ben walks in. Leslie's already there, and he throws Ben a calculator, and we learn that it was called Dr. Buttons, which I love.
So cute.
Yeah.
I love how he's immediately like, it doesn't have a name. What?
Right, exactly. Oh my God. That was from their auditing days. And we learned that there's a budget problem in Eagleton, and their old boss called them to see if they would check it out. And oh my gosh, these names, this is so Alan Yang coded. You could tell that he wrote this because this is so what he does. Finding all these puns and stuff. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Oh my God,
Yeah.
so smart, so perfect.
Yeah. So good.
So nostalgic and cute, though, that we're bringing this a little bit back to, because I think that's a really wonderful kind of flashback moment in a way.
It's bringing it. Yeah, and I think what they're trying to do too is also set us up emotionally for the rest of the season. Like Chris leaving, like this is how they started, and this is how they came to Pawnee, and now they're getting to kind of round out their relationship and their time at Pawnee together, doing this one more time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then they say auditing bros, and Leslie chimes in, and auditing sister. And you can tell the vibe changes of like, oh.
You're also going to help? Got it.
What?
And I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that Leslie wants to be with them. I think it is 100% Ben can foresee that she's going to be exactly the way she ends up being.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I love Leslie, and I love everything about her, but I also don't know if she needs to be involved here. She just wants to be involved. No other city councilor is helping. She's not like in charge of that. You know what I mean? The only tie that she has is Ben, and also that she hates Eagleton, so she's going to insert herself, which is so Leslie. So I mean, the writing is perfect, but she doesn't really have a reason to be involved in this audit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
no reason
that is
at
kind
all.
of a bummer.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we'll see more about that later.
Yeah.
Okay, so Anne and April are going on a road trip for whatever the F reason to be together, getting characters that would never, be together, get together, back to your summary, that this would be interesting from them having tension and stuff. Yeah. I still don't know why April's so obsessed with Anne. I guess she just wants to be, or no. Well, actually that too, but Anne obsessed with April is what I meant to say, of like, why does she like need to be friends with them? I guess she's just like has that she wants to be liked thing.
Yeah.
And help. She wants to help April, I think, too. Move forward with
and
it.
I think she also, over the years, they've spent a lot of time together in a group.
Yeah.
And so when she says she cares about her, I believe her. I believe that Anne cares about April and wants what's best for her.
Right.
And she's just older and more mature. And so she's like, she actually does want to spend time with her, even if she knows it's not going to be enjoyable.
Right.
Because she wants to help.
Yeah.
She probably has a little bit of that motherly instinct kicking in too, of like, how can I help this person and be a good role model? And April's just like, I've never liked you, and we're not doing this.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, Anne did help her get into vet school, so this makes sense for her for them to be together. And plus, she also wanted that was good writing, that they wanted to. Anne wanted to get the baby stuff as well somewhere else, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to Bloomington because Anne helped April get into vet school, and today is her orientation, so they're going together. Plus, Andy is out of the picture at this moment, in London / shooting Guardians. So someone should go with her, because I think it would be Andy otherwise, or maybe even Ron, but they're otherwise like just indisposed. Plus, they talk about that on The Office frequently, getting the two characters that we haven't seen a ton together by themselves, having a whole road trip. That would be interesting.
Yeah. It helps keep things fresh.
Totally. Oh my gosh, ew, that Pawnee's only baby store is attached to a chemical refinery. Yikes.
There's no way that's up to code. There's no way.
That's crazy. So there's a baby store in Bloomington that she's been wanting to try, which good for her. Yeah.
You'd think she could pop over to Eagleton, no?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. So she made a special road trip CD and April throws it out the window. I hate that, actually. It was kind of
I do too.
annoying for me.
There's a lot about April this episode where her like indifference and snotty attitude really pissed me off. And I think part of it was like Anne's donating her time to be there and help you and make sure that you're, like you don't have to like her, but like, do you have to throw her CD out the window? Do you have to like make her act like a grandma?
Yeah.
Like it's very uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, same here. Same here. It's so unnecessary. And it's not like if April or if Anne was a bad person, I could see like, okay, April's being an ass, but at least like it's warranted.
Right.
So I don't know.
But no. Yeah. Anne's just trying to be helpful.
Yeah. Anyhow, I think that's their whole dynamic, the whole show. So whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're at the budget meeting with Eagletonians, and Ingrid says talking about money is gauche. Oh my God. Honey, too bad. We're here.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
This is literally what we're hired to do right now. Like, what are you talking about?
I do love Kristen Bell's performance of like whispering the word money. Like, we don't want to talk about money.
Yeah.
Side note, the outside view of that building that Ben, Leslie, and Chris go into in Eagleton is the City Hall in Las Vegas. That's cool.
Yeah, very cool. I thought I was wondering if they went all the way to Vegas just to get that shot.
I know. They probably had some like stock image or something or stock video. I don't know. Maybe they used it from somewhere else.
Very cool.
Yeah. So she says all the files are in the boxes if you really want to see what's going on. And oh my gosh, she tries to tip them for doing the work in euros.
In euros.
Oh my
But
God.
also, okay, I'll take euros.
Right. Yeah.
But also, this is why you're in this problem.
Right. And maybe euros is all she has left because there's truly no money left because Ben's not using
of
euros.
The $700,000 they spent on the oranges.
Yeah, right. Oh my God. So now Ron is now with Tom and Donna trying to get off the grid. I have to be just from a personal experience. I live for the grid too. When Tom says that, but it's awful. I know how awful it is. Tom doesn't. I don't think get how awful and addictive it is. I live for the grid, but I know I'm addicted, especially TikTok. Oh my God, it's like it's such a. And I remember in that documentary, the what's the Social Network or whatever the hell, not the movie, but the documentary where somebody that worked at a tech company said that it's an adult pacifier, like social media is an adult pacifier. It is. It 1000% is. I remember one time, and it's like this is why it sticks in my head, that line particularly, because I remember one time I was just having such an awful, depressing day, and I was crying because of that day, and I was like, I just need to relax. So I went to my room and just hung out, and then I opened TikTok to kind of distract myself, and I wasn't crying as much afterwards. And I was like, it is an adult pacifier because it's distracting. It's something else to think about. It addicts you, and it's just, oh my God, it's just something that is really bad. But I do try to use TikTok in a lot of ways. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say that I feel like being aware of it is the first step.
Yeah, that's true.
But also it's like we all need that thing that helps us come out of it. It's it's that it just can't be to like where it's impacting your ability to function and it's unhealthy, but TikTok definitely has its benefits of, okay, I need to get out of my world for a second, or I need to laugh. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of the TikToks I get are either people harmonizing because I love that. There's something, there's something about that like calms my soul, hearing a good group of people singing together. And then And then it's usually just like people on stand-up or comedic things.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh, I get a lot of like funny cat videos and funny dog videos too.
Yeah.
Just of them like being goobers, and it makes me laugh so much. And there are comedian sketch, like I love it. And on the Park Pals Instagram, I don't know how, I guess I just I liked something and I'm sure the algorithm just changed it. But on the Park Pals TikTok, I see a lot of dancing videos. They make me so happy.
Nice.
And a lot of like baking or cooking videos, which I love those too. And that's something too I feel about the same with YouTube and a lot of video platforms, where I just feel like TikTok can be informational, educational too. A lot of times,
absolutely,
I'll use TikTok like people use YouTube, where I'll kind of Google something in the search bar of how to do something, and I'll find what TikTok has to say about what I'm looking for. And it is educational in a lot of ways. And in my personal one, it's a lot of political stuff that I repost and share all the time. So, which is really important, I think, to be involved with, and how I stay afloat, because especially with our generation, I think so much of us are learning things on social media for news and for, information about what current events and things like that. So, because a lot of us don't have cable TV to watch news. My mom has DirecTV, and she is a DirecTV like hard stan. You know what I mean? I don't think she'll ever get rid of that, which more power to her. But that's how she gets her news, or people have like satellites or whatever. But it's for our generation, it's very media influenced. So part of me feels like if that's how I'm getting my current event information, I don't know how to get off it really. And then we don't need this, absolutely, but I really like reaching people and talking to fans. We don't get a ton of comments, but I do get some comments from people that have, listened to the episode or like the video of Parks. And I think it's really fun to talk to them about what I just talked about, like building that community. So it's like there are advantages and disadvantages.
Absolutely.
And I definitely I'm here for the grid. It's terrible. So they're going to come for me first. It's fine. Anyway.
Yeah. That's funny.
So Tom says, how are you going to take pictures of all the dope food at restaurants? And he has this whole thing of like, how are you going to, show people all the places you're stunting at? And that also is very Alan Yang coded, I feel personally, which them two are, I feel like they're twins in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they're very similar. Yeah.
Very similar. A lot of times when I hear Alan Yang speak, he sounds like Aziz to me. That's to me. I think their voices are very similar. But this is a whole thing. This is a whole episode of Master of None where and it's so brilliant. I'm going to butcher it, but it's so brilliant because on this episode, he spends all day trying to figure out which is the best place for tacos. And he's like on Yelp and all these different reviews. And it's so accurate about how we're always looking for like the best prices, the best reviews, the best option of like, what's the best place to go. And then you spend all day doing that and you don't end up getting your tacos because by the time you look for it, it's gone, or like the place is closed or whatever. You spend so much time online trying to figure it out. Aziz has a really good book out, which came out a while ago now, but it's about, I forgot what it's called, but like modern romance or something like this is what I can't remember. But he has a whole like analyzing thesis on online dating now. It's so good, and I highly recommend that book. Aziz Ansari book. What is it called? Yeah, Modern Romance. That's what it's called. Okay. Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that.
It's so good, and his stand-up is great too. But anyways, and I wish, like I said, I could be like Ron, but I can't. I can't be like Ron. Maybe one day, but
I'm definitely more in that realm, in the Ron realm.
You are. I know, and I'm really proud of you guys.
And but I would say there's a negative to that too, right? Like, I don't have, people will be like, "Did you hear about this happening?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah,
and I should probably know, And sometimes it's hard to connect with people because they're like talking about a trend, or they're quoting something that's viral right now or whatever, and I'm just like so over my head. Yeah.
Well, so, and sometimes oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, sometimes it is hard for me because I'll not to you, but like if to your point where sometimes I'm talking to people and I'm like, or I'll send them a TikTok and they don't have TikTok, or I'll send them something and they can't open it, and I'm like, what a fucking bummer. And because to me, and it's not about like, you know, anger at the person. It's like sadness and anger that we can't experience this thing that I know you'll find funny too. And then I'll find funny, and then we'll have quality time, which is my love language. Oh, you know what I mean? So it's so much stupid how deep it gets, but for me personally, but yeah, it makes me sad. It's like when you're on a group chat and you hear somebody has the green and you're just like, what the F? Now I can't send you emojis and have it be like looking the same way so that you'll understand and speak the language that I'm speaking.
Yeah.
So stupid. But
absolutely.
I don't know. I wonder if your mental health is better. Who's to say, really? But it kind of goes to your point too, where you have to, it's a balance. It's just a balance. It's like nutrition, you know, you can't have too much of anything.
Absolutely.
So, okay. Well, sorry for that 800,000 minute long rant, but needed to happen.
I think it'll be relatable for people.
I agree.
People will fall between the two of us, probably.
Yeah. Agreed.
So.
So this is where we get to the grid, and then we can leave home or leave for home early, and they're like, no grid. Okay, so now we're checking in at the orientation for vet school. This gal, Laura, is played by Poonam Basu, and her headshots are awesome, by the way. So if she hears this, your headshots are great. Showing some range of all the different characters she can play. Love that. She's been in a lot of stuff, and looks like she has a lot of great upcoming projects as well. Some voiceover work, too, so that's super fun. Her full name as the character is Laura Spengotten. These last names are killing me, man. So funny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, do you have anything before we get back to the budget meeting?
No, I think she does such a great job.
She does. She really does. Just being like the normal straight man to like the crazy that's happening to her.
Yeah. And I mean, as a person, like the character itself, like the patience.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's like, well done. Yeah.
Right. Back at the budget meeting, Ben is saying that Eagleton is in serious debt and is in serious trouble. And they were basically like what Pawnee was going through when they first came to audit Pawnee. But instead of, you know, getting their shit together, they just kept spending. And now they're on the brink of financial ruin. And now Leslie thinks that's the sexiest thing that she's ever heard.
Yeah.
Like makes out with him because of it.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Leslie.
I know, and she says this is going to hand her the recall vote because she'll save them from bankruptcy, remind them that Pawnee is the best, and, you know, tell everyone that she is the hero here, you know?
Yeah. I feel like she thinks it's too easy.
Yeah.
It's going to be way harder.
Right. And then she does the bit of, how about them apples? And she throws the bin in Ben's lap. This is probably naive, but did you know where this phrase comes from or how it got popular?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Really?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
for those it's
that
Matt
don't know,
Damon, baby.
For those that don't know, it was made
Matt
famous
Damon.
by Good Will Hunting. So if you have not seen that movie, go watch that movie. But if you have seen that movie, like I have, I've seen it a couple times. It's definitely not like, you know, something that I watch all the time, but I've seen it a couple times and I just never really put two and two together. So I watched like a 10-minute, 5-minute something video clip of him, that whole scene of like the bar and how he's trying to get this, he never really intended to get this person's number, but he's just like super smart, and he got the girl's number and he goes up to the window and he's but I don't understand really like how that phrase makes sense at all, but I think it's cute.
Yeah.
Like, if you're thinking logically, it doesn't make sense, or I don't know where it came from. I think I read an article where it was like, it was first heard about in the 1800s, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I care much about that. I just know that Good Will Hunting is what made it popular in current culture.
Yeah. And it's used frequently.
Yeah, and it is Matt Damon. Sorry, I think I was talking over you when you said you're everything Matt Damon. Yes, for those of you who don't know, when we did Maddie's bachelorette party, we did Celebrity Crush for the Bachelorette Jeopardy, and it was Matt Damon for Maddie.
Yeah, always and forever. Yes, I just love Matt Damon.
Mm-hmm, me too. That haircut though in Good Will Hunting, it was such a vibe.
Yeah, and it's not my vibe.
Really? Because him and Leo had Leo and Titanic had that. Brendan Fraser in The Mummy had that kind of haircut. It was like so boyish, you know what I'm saying, with like the bangs falling over. Yeah, totally.
I think it's probably because I saw Good Will Hunting after I saw the Bourne movies.
Oh, sure, different kind of sexy.
And and it took definitely. And to quote Donna, like the Bourne Matt Damon can get it. So.
Anyone on that show can get it. That's so funny.
Get it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
Anyways, so yes, that was a fun learning moment for me that How You Like Them Apples was made popular by Good Will Hunting. So go ahead and watch that.
Yep.
Okay, so Paul, the male guy now, is at the office and Ron is saying the next time you get any one of things with my name, drive into the woods and bury it. And not something that you would request.
Poor guy.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, I don't control who gets mail, dude.
Right, exactly.
Can't help you.
Yeah. Side note, his full name, again with the last names, his full character last name is Dijesque, Dijesque. They were really in the like European French situation with all of these names, but Paul Dijesque, and he is played by Patrick Rafferty, the actor, and he's been in Frasier, which is the reboot of Frasier in 2023, Good Girls, Blackish, Modern Family, a ton of great things. Side note, if you do watch Modern Family, oh my God, he played the one that is cosplaying Annie in Hollywood when Mitchell goes to get an Annie costume for Pepper's costume party, and Mitch comes out to like get money from his car wearing the Annie costume. He's like, "What the hell, man?" It's so funny. Oh my God,
that's hilarious. I love Modern Family.
Me too. That has been my adult pacifier lately as well. It's just what I have on the background. I fall asleep to it. I love Modern Family too.
Yeah. So well done.
So good. Also, I love. I don't know why, but I love Ron's arm movement he does when he says, "Get out."
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It is. It's like robotic, but also like firm. And it's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he created that but himself, but I just love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Donna got rid of the cell phone and the credit cards. I was actually, you know what's so funny? I was actually thinking, because I totally forgot about how this episode ends. But I was actually thinking about like, wait a second, if he got rid of his cell phone, how's he going to get in touch with Diane?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
He's not thinking through.
You can't just like leave your family.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You're going
with
too
no
far.
way to contact you. Yeah.
When he says he's taking the bus now and paying cash. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was like, you need this to park. Oh, well, I just won't park here anymore. Okay. Ronald. Listen.
Ronald.
It's just like, dude.
Yes. And then they learn, or we remember rather, that there's a photo of him at JJ's diner, and he rushes out and like completely freaks out. So
yeah,
we got to go get
I
that
love
picture.
that he brings Tom with him.
Yeah, I know. Totally.
It's like, Tom, let's go.
Right. So now Anne is at the baby store, and it's called Tots All, folks. Oh my God.
So cute.
So cute. I love it. Oh my God. So good.
Some people get really, really creative with like the names of these stores and stuff. It's really cute.
Yes, I love it. My favorite thing is looking at pho places, PHO, pho places.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so funny because they always have some sort of play on the word fuck, and it's awesome. They're like, what the fuck? Or something else. It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have, and also on this show too, they're so good at making store names.
Yes.
Like so subtle too. Like they never really bring it up or show it too long, you know what I mean? But if you're looking, it's hilarious.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah.
Were you going to say something?
I was just gonna say there was a Chinese restaurant in Peoria, in Illinois, called Chang's Walk-In, but it was WOK.
Oh, you mean like Christopher Walken?
No, like you know how like you have a walk-in, like you can do a walk-in restaurant,
Oh, okay.
but it
Yes,
was
I do.
WOK-IN.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Sorry.
I thought that was so funny.
Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh. That was a thinker for me.
It's easier if you see it.
Yes. Okay, so yes. Oh my gosh. Tots all folks, this store worker is Aisha Muharrar, and she's a writer and producer on the show. And you guys, if you have been listening from the beginning, this is the episode. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of this current episode. But this is the episode that I mentioned in so many prior seasons when Aisha has written a show. I'm always like, you know that episode where Anne goes to the baby store and she says that there's she's never seen bibs that don't have Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s face on them? That was Aisha Muharrar. And now we finally get to see her. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yes. Can't believe we made it to her episode finally. I think I've mentioned this episode like 20 times before we got here just to talk about Aisha.
Every time she writes, yeah.
Yep. And it's so lovely. And she also is a producer and writer on The Good Place as well. So a lot of people also moved over to The Good Place after Parks too. So just a heads up on that. And I will say, just as a brief, like, personal note, I definitely live in a town or grew up in a town. Now I live here too, but I grew up in a town where people wore Dale Earnhardt Jr. shirts to school. No joke. So that is a thing. And yeah,
I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. Big deal. This is not like just a joke. I don't know who came up with this or if they were just guessing that that's what rednecky things happen. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. is a NASCAR racer, and a NASCAR is a huge deal, or was a huge deal. I don't know if people follow it as big, but definitely during this time, like when I was in high school and stuff, that was a thing. So that is real.
Wow.
And I lived it. Bibs? I don't know. Bibs? I'm not sure. I'm sure there are. I'm absolutely sure there are.
I'm sure it exists.
Absolutely. Yeah. I personally didn't see a bib, but that is not an indication that they don't exist. Okay, so April is walking by the door now, and she said she left orientation because it was lame, and Anne says that she wants to go back. So I guess we'll figure out what that means a little bit later on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little torn, like, either way here, because April isn't an actual kid, and if she decided to leave, like, do we need to force her to go back?
Right. Yeah.
You know? But she seems like willing to go try it with Anne.
Right.
So like, why not? But
yeah. I mean, yeah, once she finally gets there, she does. Yeah. Like, I feel like Anne is kind of pushing her out the door this time. But yeah, I have a whole thing on notes when they're in the car on the way back with their whole follow through thing. So we'll get there when we get there. Okay. Do you have anything before we were back to the budget meetings?
Nope.
Okay. So, yeah, we're at the budget meetings again. Ingrid says that there was a bankruptcy brunch and Michael Bublé played, but he ran a little late because he's on, and he's on retainer. Oh my God.
They have him on retainer. I can't.
Sure. Let's not have brunch like animals.
Animals. I do love a good brunch.
I honestly think that might be my favorite line. We haven't done that in a long time, so
yeah, we haven't.
I might put that in there because I think it's really. I mean, I have a lot of favorite lines I feel in this one, but that's really funny to me.
Yeah.
All of these next things that Ingrid says, like this whole running thing of all the money that she spent, honestly could be my favorite lines. This public pool with bottled water, which she thinks mean total body hydration.
Body hydration.
Oh my God, and then they have a public works expenditure. They purchased HBO for the whole town. It's not TV.
It's not TV.
Jinx. Which I didn't realize, but that
so
was
good.
apparently it was an advertising, like a marketing tagline. It's not TV, it's HBO. So that's why they said that.
That's fair. They were one of the first, networks that were like, yeah, we're not going to follow any of these rules. We're going to like have nudity and we're going to do all the things. And you're going to feel like you're exactly like in the show with everybody.
I agree. Yeah. It's a different level. It's like movie quality TV shows.
TV, yeah. 100%.
And, Game of Thrones proved that. Sopranos proved that. Sopranos was one of the first ones, I feel. Sex and the City was HBO, like early HBO days. Yeah, they were on point. Are on point, I should say. Yeah. I think that's so hilarious though. And I think this was back in the time when HBO was more expensive. Like it wasn't a streaming thing where you could pay like whatever it is, $10, $12 a month. It was more of like you need to connect it to your DirecTV or whatever, satellite dish you had, whatever. Which was way more
it was a
expensive.
channel you paid for.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was like in the package or whatever the fuck. And so that was way more expensive. So it wasn't like the town was just paying $10, which is already bad enough if the town were to do that. But it's expensive. HBO was not included in your normal package.
No.
Okay. So Leslie put together a presentation and it's basically rubbing their face in it, which I think is so hilarious. Well. I love that.
A whole slide for that.
And now she like keeps going with the slides or like speeds up the slides when Ben is like, okay, do you actually have like, let's get this moving kind of thing. And each slide is like something hilarious, like her jumping over something. And she was like in a barrel for one of them. I don't know. I think she was jumping over
I didn't get that
graveyard. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't get the barrel one. I was like, I don't know what she's trying to say here.
I know. I don't either. I don't know. I have seen this clip played on social media circulating, going back to how I see a lot of things. I'm always on TikTok. With something along the lines of like when Trump voters get what they voted for. And it's like, well, which is really sad because
it's very sad.
Yeah, it's just really sad because you were lied to at the end of the day. I don't know. I mean, he wasn't fully.
Yeah, but we should have known you were being lied to.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of it was like he said he was going to do stuff and then he did it. So it was not all lies. He did say a lot of stuff. You just were okay with it because you thought it was going to happen to someone else, But I will say that if you are having any sort of regrets, what I would like to say is that, I know Democrats are really bad at judging people, just like Leslie is judging people here.
Mm-hmm.
And Democrats are really bad at like villainizing everybody and saying like, okay, well, you can go live on your own island now, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I've been working at this really hard. But if you are regretting it, and I don't think we have any listeners that are, but something I've been thinking about a lot is if you are regretting it, I feel like Democrats need to be better about being like, okay, well then come over here. We'll welcome you. Just come over here and help us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I will welcome you. I don't know if I speak for all Democrats, but I will welcome you, but you cannot be complaining and then not doing anything about it. You cannot say, I didn't think this would happen to me and then not doing anything about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know we're really bad at about that because Republicans are really good at being like, well, you can be in our cult. We'll take you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're not so good at that on our side. So I'm trying to be like, but you also can't expect us not to like be mad at you a little bit for the shit show that we're in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's real.
So, but come over to our side, but help us.
Yeah.
Help the cause.
Help us help you.
Right. Well. So anyway, now we're moving on to Ron eating 51 eggs in 20 minutes.
That's gross.
Yeah, wild. The last 10 were still in the shell. What? Were they raw? I'm guessing.
Yeah. Ugh.
I've
watched videos of people doing that. Ugh.
Of like eating eggs in the shell or what?
Eating raw eggs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's weird to me. I don't know that I ever want to do that. That's
couldn't.
Another video that I follow. There's this gal called Katina Eats Kilos, and she's a competitive eater. And I love watching her eat videos because she's this like really short, small, like muscular woman, and she eats so well.
Love
to
it.
Ron's like phrase of why are people so bad at eating? Oh
Yeah.
my god! But it is funny
That's
because
probably my
You said what?
favorite line.
oh, why are
I
people
think
so
that's
bad at eating?
yeah.
Yes. It is also funny too to me because I feel like I'm imagining Ron going back to the kitchen himself after he's like done with what's on his plate and just grabbing the carton.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine JJ's staff serving him a carton of eggs still in the shell. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah.
So funny.
I also like that his picture says most eggs.
Right.
Man, most eggs.
Man, most eggs. Yes.
So funny.
Apparently, this record is a nod to Paul Newman's character in Cool Hand Luke, who eats 50 eggs.
Huh.
So that's cool.
Huh. Interesting.
Friendly reminder, JJ of JJ's Diner is played by Brent Briscoe, who has since passed away. And I just wanted to shout him out because we haven't talked about him in a while. And so if you're new here or need to be reminded, because we're now in season 6, he's of Twin Peaks fame, of course. He's in that show. And then for my generation, when we first met JJ, I went on a little diatribe about how he was in the Disney Channel original movie 13th Year, which is the Merman movie. He was the dad.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to remind everybody of that because that was a great movie. Anyway, yes.
Gotta love those Disney Channel originals.
I know. Did you get to watch any of those or not so much?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, yeah, so they get the picture. Yes, he's labeled as man. They don't even have his name. They followed all of his instructions, as JJ says. I did write down some of the people that were on the clipboard or on the corkboard. They have someone named Brian Secombe for most hash browns. Scott Buckwald. They didn't even list his achievement. It just has his name, Scott Buckwald. I was just wondering, where did they get these photos from? I'm like, they must have had a little shoot day or something.
Yeah,
Or
I
maybe
think
took
they're
them
crew.
offline.
That's what I thought.
I think they're crew too. They have to be. There's one
'Cause
for
they're
most
Polaroids.
pickles. Yeah, they're Polaroids, so it's like easy.
Most pickles. Yeah.
Most pickles, most pancakes, most cookies. Those are the ones that I wrote down. And then this is also, so if you are a fan of the show at all, of our show, I had Brian from another Parks and Rec rewatch podcast called Citizens of Pawnee on, and he is the one that really spilled the beans and explained about all the lurpuses. I knew this. I knew there was multiple lurpuses, but he kind of opened the whole can of worms about how there's 8 bajillion lurpuses. And he found, because he's a little bit ahead of us in our rewatch, he found, and he tagged me in it a while back, so I think it's just funny that I'm pointing it out now, and I wanted to give him a shout out. He pointed out that there was a lurpus on the bottom left. His first name is cut off, so you can't really tell what it is or what his accomplishment was, but it definitely says Lurpus. So there was a Lurpus in this town that did something at JJ's that had the most eating of something, so worth mentioning.
Most eating of something.
I was thinking Rod should really
Love it.
enter eating competitions. I wonder why he hasn't done that.
Because he doesn't want to be known for anything.
Right. Yeah, well, now, yeah, especially now. But before this, yeah, he doesn't want people to know.
Yeah.
You're right. Even before he ate all those, he just said
Ron.
man. So, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, so now they're going back to the vet school, and April is being her usual weird self, pretending Anne is her 65-year-old grandmother. That was the terms to come back. So April doesn't really actually want to come back. She just was like, I'll do it if you do this. So that was weird. And back to Laura's niceness and okay. I'll show you around. What do you want to see?
But also, what's going on?
Right. So now we're back at the budget meeting. Leslie's laying it on thick about how hard Eagleton fucked up. Complete buffoonery. It's hilarious and you deserve it.
So sad.
I know. Yeah, this is where the slides were of her dancing over graveyards and the barrel. I don't know what that was for, but yeah. And Ingrid, go ahead.
Did you notice that there's sound effects when she changes the slide?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, she has some sort of little side effect. I don't know, it was a little pop.
Oh, okay.
It was nothing crazy, but it was just every time
Boop.
she clicked something, it was pop, pop. I was that's an interesting effect.
Now that you're saying that, I feel like it does sound familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is an interesting
I
effect.
thought it was an interesting effort.
Okay, so yeah, Ingrid is finally like, okay, look, we've borrowed everything that we can from the state. We need help. Like, what are we doing? And Ben like kind of says the same thing. And Leslie says they're willing to offer a bridge loan for $50,000 with interest, and they have to release a statement that Pawnee rules, Eagleton drools. And yeah, so I think Ingrid's finally like, well, I guess it's clear that you just want to be nasty to us. But also at the same time, like, it's not about the rival. I don't feel like Ingrid was being like super nice or helpful either.
Yeah.
I guess
or,
she was
you know,
being
even
pleasant.
accepting of she wanted help.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, she was being like pleasant, but she
yeah.
wasn't like open-minded to be like, well, this is like we messed up. You know what I mean? All of the expenditures that they were listing off, she was just like, yes, we did do that. Which, like, I know is for the character, of course. But she wasn't like, oh yeah, oops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess towards the end, I guess that's why Ingrid is saying this now of like, we know we're in trouble. So
yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, so Ingrid does not think that it's nice that Leslie is being mean to her and kind of, you know, being harsh on them, which is, Leslie is, you know. So I accept that. Okay.
But also, how has no one, like they've had no financial support to tell them in the past couple of years, like how bad this is?
Right. Yeah. Totally. I mean, I feel like they just kept going until they literally were about to just be ruined.
Yeah.
So they didn't have, yeah. And out of all the things you spent money on, it was not a financial advisor or any advisory committee at all.
For real. Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of the whole point, I guess. Eagleton just didn't know what they were doing. Or maybe they knew what they were doing, but they didn't care, sounds like. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ron is now saying that all of his records / traces of him are gone, but then it turns out that Tom and Donna have been on social media documenting this whole thing. Oh, God. What a dummy.
He's like, do you not see the issue with this? And Tom's like, yes, now I do.
Mm-hmm.
Very good delivery there from Aziz.
Yes. And I think Ron doesn't know how anything works, so he thinks he can just erase everything, but then he, like, just by touching it or speaking to the tablet, but he ends up taking a video. He definitely turns into, like, the quintessential stereotypical grandpa of, like, not really knowing how anything works at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then he says the world is a nightmare, and to be honest, he's not wrong. He is not wrong about that with all the technology. We have not figured out how to balance technology and human capacity.
Yeah. Still got some work to do.
Yes, a lot. They join in on erasing all pictures of Ron. I love that. Erase all pictures of Ron. And then the video. Oh, God. It's so funny, but so, like, terrible.
Yeah. It is.
Okay, so back at the vet school, Laura is still showing them around, and April is like, no, I don't want to go here. Like, let's leave. Like, I'm leaving. And she just walks out. I will say Anne, I keep getting their names mixed up today. But Anne says youngsters. And I find myself saying youngsters and old people phrases sometimes too. And I'm like, what? I thought Anne did Rashida did a really good job of like calling that out, her performance of like, did I just say youngsters? You know?
Yeah. Maybe I am old.
Right.
Yeah.
So now Leslie, or do you have anything before Leslie and Ben and Chris?
I just I like that what she says is like, why aren't you going to go here? And she's like, I don't want to. And to me, why don't we ever let that be enough?
I know.
Sometimes. Like, obviously there are some situations where, yes, let's have some reasons as to why you don't want to, but I feel like we always have to have a reason. And sometimes I just want to say, yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have to justify that I don't want to do that right now.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Let's see. Where am I at? Oh, yeah. Leslie comes into Ben and Chris's office and shoots a t-shirt gun at them. I laughed out loud at that. Think fast.
Yeah.
Eagleton, no money, no problems. I love that. To wear the t-shirt.
This is my thing, though, I was going to ask is like, this is a pretty significant thing that they're going through, that Eagleton's going through. And it's weird to me that they would wear shirts where it's like they're kind of putting it on display for everybody to see, when it's like, are they not trying to keep this hush hush like until they have a solution? Or they just like released it to everybody and said, hey, we're bankrupt, and told Pawnee that Eagleton's bankrupt, you know? Because this seems like really early on in the stages. And the fact that they're going to like wear t-shirts like that, it's interesting to me.
Yeah, that is interesting. I didn't think of it that way, that they didn't tell anyone. So maybe these t-shirts don't matter. I think in my head, I was like, they're just going to wear anything that smashes Eagleton, regardless of if they even know what it means. But yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's fair.
But maybe they did tell people, because at the town hall, it almost seems like people knew in a way before they got there. So, but again, maybe it's one of those things like the Ann and Chris moment where we just didn't see it happen. I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Or maybe a lot of the townspeople in Eagleton knows, and then they spread the word. I don't know. But
yeah, could be.
Maybe it's not that deep. I don't know. Or not. And by townspeople, maybe I meant city council, like maybe like the city, you know how like Leslie and all of those, like all the parks people knew that that Pawnee was in financial trouble. So they kind of like told people.
Right.
So I was like, maybe the Eagleton city council knew. I don't know. Good question. So, but yeah, those shirts are funny and awful. And Ben is like, why do people think I'm just ready to catch things? And at first I didn't really understand. I was like, when else did it's just Leslie, really? And then I forgot that Chris threw the calculator at him at the beginning.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Chris is not innocent.
Right. Okay, then Ben gets really cagey and really weird, and it's because he and Chris volunteered to help Eagleton. So Ingrid and her team come back, and yeah, I have thoughts on this too. Like, I don't know. I understand why he didn't tell her, but if I was Leslie, I'd be pissed too, to be honest. I'd be a little upset.
Yeah.
And I agree that, like, yeah, they are in their issue because of their own stupidity. So, like, it's not...
Yeah, agreed.
Like, that is true. But my frustration with Ingrid, I think... Or my frustration is that Ingrid wasn't really, like, we already basically said this, but especially in this scene particularly, when she's like, you didn't actually help us at all. And like just making quips and stuff. I'm just like, honey, you're the one that's
let it go, dude.
Yeah, you're the one that you need to like eat crow and come to us. And yeah, I know Leslie was being like really bad and not empathetic at all. But I think she was... It's true, and I think Ingrid would agree that Eagleton has never really been nice to Pawnee either. So, yeah. I mean, I think Ingrid could at least be like, look, I understand. Like, this sucks. Okay. And she did, I guess, a little bit at the beginning, at that budget meeting where she was like, I know we've had a rivaled past, but we're asking for your help now. I guess I know this is probably not the right take at all. I wanted Ingrid to grovel a little. I wanted her to lay down her sword, and I wanted her to say, like, hey, we really fucked up, and I'm so sorry that our town has fucked with you a lot of the times. I'm so, so sorry. We really need your help. I wanted her to beg, and I know that's terrible. It's because I was on Leslie's side.
I think it is because you're on Leslie's side, but I don't think it's terrible. I think if you're going to go ask for help, there is a common decency around apologizing for what you've done in the past, or just laying it down saying, hey, we really messed up, right? And we need your help. You've gone through this before. Help us out. But like, you're right. There's none of that. Yeah. And I agree with you. Whether, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Maybe like full on begging is like not necessarily what's necessary, but like, I think it's 100% realistic to want them to apologize and to want them to own up to this.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. And I'm not saying that Leslie was the perfect person attitude in this, but yeah. So, and I'm glad that this is no offense at all to the writers either, because I think the writers did this on purpose, and so that we did feel this way maybe a little bit about Ingrid. So yeah, that's definitely how I felt about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. I do love Kristen Bell's performance, though, of, there was a fashion component, yes.
Yes. Yeah. So good. Oh my gosh.
That was so, so good.
Yeah.
And
I think Ben needed.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I think Ben needed to have a conversation with Leslie ahead of time and, say, hey, I can't do anything with you tonight. It's my job. What we offered them before was not helpful. And so Chris and I really just need to nail this down. Like, that's that. I understand why Leslie, I feel like she feels betrayed here.
Yes.
Especially because we had such a strong teaming element between the two of them throughout the entire first part of the episode.
Yes.
So, yeah, I understand why she's upset with Ben.
I did too. Yeah, I did too. And I mean, if I'm playing devil's advocate, I guess I could understand Ben not saying anything because Leslie wouldn't like want that, and so it wouldn't. He would think that like she wouldn't let him, quote unquote. But I still don't think that's right either.
Yeah, great.
And but I mean, now I don't think that's right either to have like you agree to all of my things all the times. Like I speak for both of us all the time.
Yeah.
So like, but I feel like she's just saying that because now she's heated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Ingrid just keeps making it worse. Like, I just want to borrow your husband for the evening. Oh no. Very poor choice of words, Ingrid.
Very, very poor choice of words.
And yeah, like you said at the beginning, Leslie's like face reaction of how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
I will burn you to the ground.
You want to try that again?
Right, exactly. Oh my God. But yeah, I agree with you that Ben could have talked to her before this. But it just sucks. Okay, so now we are getting to the portion of Anne and April driving back. They have this deep moment where April explains like Anne is really mad that Anne's not following through, and April is explaining it's not about following through. It's just that she had a gut feeling, and that's how she makes all her decisions. And I 1000% agree with following your gut because you're right. And she's right. The gut really most of the time is right, and you should absolutely listen to it. I think the tricky part sometimes is figuring out what your gut is trying to tell you and not what your fear is trying to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a big deal. And so you kind of have to do some work on knowing yourself and knowing your confidence of what is right for you, which is hard. And yeah, to your point, like, I think for me, when you said, would you say, oh yeah, like, why is it not enough to just say like, I don't want to do that? That is so true. And for me, I think it's hard and something that I've been working on because I think from a character standpoint, I do wish that she had tried it out because she's so smart and she would be so great at this work. I know that she would do so well. And I guess it is tough now again, this is all as a character standpoint because now that Andy is gone, like would April also be gone at the vet school? Like now both of them are not in Pawnee. How's that going to work? And then if I don't know, even if they try it out, like what is she going to need at that time? But I think that it's nice to see that from a show character standpoint, that like she does have the option to go do other things. And that kind of sets us up for later. Like she does have the ability and the intelligence to do other things that is not the parks department, you know?
Right. Yeah. She's just not sure if this is the thing. She's
Right.
like, this isn't the thing.
Right. And yeah, I think the thing that kind of was hard for me because I definitely like to weigh out all my options, and I do follow my gut instinct. I do have very strong convictions a lot of the times, but I'm also a very like pros and cons overthinking person as well. And for me, what was tricky to watch was how blasé she was being about it because and it's not because of April really. It's just because I can't relate. I don't know how you do that, how you just say like, no, I can't, I'm not going to do that. I like for this big decision, to me, it feels like a big decision. It's not like I don't want to go out to eat tonight, you know? And so I think that was kind of the opposite of how I make my decisions. So I can absolutely sympathize and I absolutely understand that the gut reaction is what you should follow for sure, especially as she explains it. But it was just hard to relate to for me personally.
Yeah,
But
that's fair. I'm 100% the same way. I think as I've gotten older too, I've started to learn to trust my gut more often.
Yeah.
And yeah,
definitely.
It's liberating.
It is. Yeah. And I think also if you've been raised, especially a lot of ladies, I feel, are not used to just saying no. Like, no, I don't want that, or no, I don't need this. Like, and because we're so judged for that. So I am really proud of her for listening to her gut. I think the blasé part of it of like, no, I'm just not going to do it, felt weird to me, but it was also very April at the same time. So it was really perfect. Yeah. It was just my own insecurities coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've gotten a lot better at it too. That it really helps when because there's been a lot of times when I've said no, even to things that are just so hard to say no to that you want to do. But it is important to see what's best for you, what's going to work for you. And for April, this just wasn't what she wanted. And it's not deep for her. Like it's deep for Anne. Anne, I think, is more on our like decision making. That's why I think I'm Anne in this moment, where I could relate to Anne being like, well, you don't even think about it. Like, you're just saying no. And so that was also really cool to see that Anne was kind of using and listening to April's, not advice, but just like, seeing a different perspective of how you can deal with things and how you can make those decisions.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a bonding moment for them too. No, yeah, I agree. I think this was like a bonding of like, oh, she's actually, like, April was like, oh, Anne's actually listening to why I made this decision. And she's asking me questions about it. She's not just like upset at me because I didn't go through with it.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah. And like asking her about like, how do you get your gut to listen to you, or how do you get your gut to talk to you rather? And that's a really important distinction of like, you don't get it to talk to you, just listen when it says something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh my gosh, there was a deleted scene here, side note, where, because you'll notice that Jerry was not in this episode. I don't know why, but he wasn't.
Correct.
He had a cut scene, and you know how April texted everyone in Anne's phone that they got her pregnant? Well, Jerry was one of them. And he rushes into Chris's office, and Anne is there, and he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't even know how it happened, because we haven't even like been intimate at all. We've just like hugged maybe once, but I explained everything to Gail. She has my heart. I've started a college fund. Like, I will.
Oh my gosh.
Step up here.
No. Jerry, no.
And Anne is like,
oh.
Chris is like, what the fuck is happening? And Anne is like, it's just April. And then she just lets Jerry keep talking. And I'm like, Anne, if you take that college money, I will be so mad at you.
Yeah, for real. I feel like this keeps happening to him. Like he runs away when they're doing the like emergency thing to save Gail and everybody, and nobody like stops him.
I know. Oh, Jerry.
It's the same vibe here for me.
Yes. But I did think it was kind of a funny deleted scene, but I'm glad that it's not in there. Although, as much as I would like Jim O'Hare to have been in this episode, I don't know what happened with that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have anything before we get to the game?
No.
Okay, so.
I'm excited.
Me too. We're at the Pawnee-Eagleton game. The Eagleton people are literally 6 feet tall.
It's Chris Bosh.
It's Chris Bosh.
They have Chris Bosh on their team. It's not fair.
Oh my God. I thought he was so freaking funny when he said, and I'm better at French horn too, Derek.
French horn, Eric.
That was so
He did such
funny.
a great job.
Yes, he did a great job. So for those of you who don't know, and full disclosure, I did not know, but Chris Bosh is a player on the Miami Heat. I love that they got a real basketball player. So fun. Totally proves the point that they are not in high school.
They always do. How?
I don't know how, but I have I don't know. I looked up how they got him on the show, and there wasn't really a ton of information about that. But you know what there was information about is that Aubrey Plaza is a huge fan of Chris Bosh. And she
cool.
actually goes, I know. So she goes on Conan I'll post it in our show notes. You guys should absolutely, and I'll send it to you too. You guys should absolutely watch it. But it's essentially how she was a huge fan, and I did record a little bit of it, but she didn't know he was coming until like the day of or day before, even though I think she knows that, or I think the crew and everybody knew that she was a fan, but she didn't know that he was going to be on set. And she was like, so excited and wanted to meet him and all the things. And hold on, I'm just gonna play this brief clip for you because it's so funny, and then you should watch the full version too.
Yes.
He was late or something, and I was just kind of fidgety and nervous. So I was like, well, I know what I'll do. I'll do a hilarious bit where I dress up like the hair person, and I pretend to be the hair person.
Right.
But he'll know it's me because I'm me.
Right.
So the minute...
And he's on the show, and you're one of the stars of the show, and he'll get,
everyone knows who I am.
Right.
So he'll just know.
Right.
And so I took the hair person, Helena's sweater and her glasses, and I created, I did a 10-second creation of a character, which I'm sure you do a lot. And I just came up with some mannerisms.
Put a lot of thought and time into my characters, thank you. Arr, there's my pirate, and then go. All right.
And then he came in, and I was like, doing my character, but thinking that immediately he'd be like, oh, it's Aubrey Plaza. And he did not recognize me. Mm-hmm. So I kept playing the character to the point where I did his hair.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so she was really sad that she never really got to I think she was so nervous. She said she never really got to say I'm not the hair person. I'm sure that he figured it out later. In that
That's
same
so
interview, I know. In that same interview, she says that she was tweeting at him once a day, once a week, before the show. And then when he came on afterwards, she tweeted again at him hey, that was actually me. And she didn't hear a response. So she was like, oh God. But this was also after the show aired. So I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe, I'm sure it's all been cleared now. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But there is a picture. I took a picture of it because it was online, and it's so funny of them standing next to each other, and it looks so cute. Oh my God, he's so tall.
Oh, cute.
Yes,
yeah,
I'll
I'm
post
sure
this.
he's 6'7".
Oh my God. But yeah, so that's so funny that she's a huge fan. I wouldn't have thought that.
No, yeah, that's so funny.
But Aubrey Plaza is an enigma, so I love that about her.
She is, yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was so funny that I found that clip because
cool.
I did not know that. So fun. That's one of my most favorite background things I think I've found.
It's a good one.
Anyway. Yeah, so anyhow, okay, so they're at the game. They're talking about their whole situation with her not feeling like Ben is on her team. And I love this. I love that Leslie expresses her feelings here and explains why she's feeling the way that she did and why she reacted the way that she did. And I also love that the writers included us in this conversation.
Yeah.
Because that needed to happen too. I agree, seeing him with Eagleton after she's expressed this hatred and kind of not hatred but disdain. Well, to her it is probably hatred, but disdain and disrespect. I think that's the biggest part of it. It's just so disrespectful, I think, what she feels, or at least that's how I feel. Maybe I'm projecting, but it would make me feel this way too. And I like that she points out, especially with all the recall stuff going on, feeling like everyone's out to get her. So to have Ben, like you said at the beginning, we created this teamwork, and now to not have him on her team, or what seems to appear that way, that is a big deal.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. But yeah, so Ben says, I'm always going to be on your team. And yeah, I had written that too. I was like, Ben can't be out to get her too. No. When everyone else fails, Ben has to be there.
Yeah.
And so I could see how she's feeling that way. Also, can I just say, and I understand that we are in a growth moment, but one of the things that I noticed is, where was hard-ass Ben? Okay, when Pawnee was suffering, not even as bad as Eagleton, Ben was a fucking mean ass and hard ass and was not giving them any grace whatsoever.
That's
Where
a
was
great
that Ben?
point. That is a great point that I did not even think about until you mentioned it at this moment. Wow.
That also made me mad.
Yeah. Which I'm
And
sure
it kinda
there's
goes
part
back-
of Leslie that's feeling that way too, right? She had to deal with hard-ass Ben.
Yes. Yes. And I understand that, like I said, this is why I prefaced it with, I understand we're in a growth moment. Back in season 2, when he came in, he was not softened to this town or to government at all. He was very rigid and strict. Okay, now he has Leslie, and he has made friendships, and he is a, more well-rounded person, I feel. But Pawnee wasn't even as struggling as bad as Eagleton, and I'm just like, Ben, where was your strict ass? Like, verbatim, you said, Pawnee, you're in this mess because your government got you in this mess. Why didn't he say that to Eagleton?
Yeah.
Hello?
Great point.
Yeah, so that was
Great,
a little
great
bit
point.
a moment. I was like, Ben.
Yeah, that does not feel right. Yeah. And like you said, right? Like growth. He's not the same guy he was. He didn't have the same people or in his life or whatever, but still, that's infuriating.
Yeah, if I was Leslie, I'd be like, why are you so why are you being nice to her, bitch?
Yeah.
But again, it's because he has her, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And now he feels softened / more empathetic in government, as opposed to, like, I think at the beginning he was just in government to prove that he could do it, and to prove that he can be strict and hard and regimented. And now he's seeing that, like, it's not all black and white all the time.
Right.
But still, that is something I'm thinking about, and I haven't gotten over it.
And now I'm going to be thinking about it.
Yes. Okay, so an Eagleton player falls down, and Pawnee players help him off the court, and Leslie sees that, and she says she knows how she can help Eagleton. It is nice to see a Pawnee player, and they're younger, like they're kids, and Leslie's the adult, and so she's like, okay. Just like back in London when they're on the bench with Ron, like, Ron, it's so hard.
Yeah.
It is.
It is. Yep. That is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, do you have anything before we go to Ron buying a camper?
No, my next note is the Peaky Blinder is so good.
What's
His
a Peaky
hat.
Blinder?
That's the hat he's wearing. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
He obviously got when he was in Scotland, probably.
Scotland. Yes, I have that note too.
Yeah.
Love that. That he's keeping on wearing it. I love that.
Yeah. So good.
So, yeah, Ron wants to buy a camper so he can live off the grid, but he can't get one without giving an address for insurance purposes, which is he's mad about. And I'm like, Ron, don't be mad at a worker, okay?
Also, why
Like,
doesn't
don't be
he
that
just
guy.
give City Hall address?
Sure, totally. Great call. Stupid.
One and done. Let's go.
I guess because that could be traced back to him too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or use that P.O. box. Could you use a P.O. box? He said his family has a P.O. box.
Yeah. But he probably doesn't want it linked back to him in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. I don't know.
know.
Just put like the White House's address. I don't know. Some random ass address.
Yeah, just give him something,
Anyway.
dude.
Yeah.
So funny.
This salesperson's character name is Earl Crunchow. Oh my God. So funny.
Interesting.
Krunchow. Crunchow. He is played by the actor Jason Duplessis. He's been in Angie Tribeca, Men of a Certain Age, Flytrap, among other projects. He's awesome. He actually sent in voice memos, but I didn't get a chance to do he sent that. I saw it right before we were recording, and I was like, I didn't have time. But I'm gonna play his voice memos on the next episode, and I'm also probably going to get voice memos from Poonam, who played Laura at the vet school. So I'm gonna do a whole section on them in our next episode. So stand by for that. But thank you for all of the communication. Okay, and then. Oh, yeah, I already said the projects that he's been in. Okay, so yeah, this is where Diane comes in and gives him the lowdown, and I love this. I love how she is like, hey, you can't do that. Like, there's such valid details, like, you have a wife and kids now. You can't be off the grid. You have to be at least reachable to us. She had a flat tire.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed, too. I have a flat tire and I can't reach you. Come on. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. You have to be on our grid. I like that. It's like you don't have to be everybody else. You don't have to be there for everybody else. You have to be there for us. We're your family.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs that reminder. He's been alone for so much of his life,
Yes.
So
Yes. I agree. I absolutely agree. Okay, so love that. Okay. Oh, I wrote a note that the Yucca Mountain School District is adequate. I love that line too. Like not even decent or good, just adequate.
adequate.
Because he wants to move under the tunnels or whatever he says. I
Yeah.
guess. What is Yucca Mountain?
I don't know.
My God. I just Googled Yucca Mountain and the first thing that comes up is Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Repository. That's what in Nevada. Oh, that's why it's funny because there's no way he should live under there and nobody would ever live there because of it.
And no one would
my God.
definitely nobody would ever visit him.
Right, correct. It's a desert location far from population centers with a closed hydraulic basin and surrounded by federal land. It is also situated deep underground and protected by natural and engineered barriers. Okay, this makes sense.
I wonder if that's what The Hills Have Eyes is based off of.
I don't know that I'm familiar with The Hills Have Eyes.
Don't watch it.
Is it a TV show? A movie? What is it?
No,
Is it
it's a
scary?
scary movie. Don't watch it. Yeah, don't watch it.
Nope.
I
do it.
I probably could have handled it better before I had Killy. I can't. No. Yeah. I don't recommend. It's rough. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for warning me. I will not be watching that.
Yeah. Yeah. But the vibe is that all these people are like mountain people and they live where all the nuclear waste has been. And so now they're mutated.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Or do they all start killing each other?
Oh, they
Spoilers.
they
tell me the
yeah,
spoilers.
they kill and I think they eat people who come into their little mountain area. And this family gets stranded out there. That's what happens.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good to know. Ron, you can go live there by yourself, but you have people to think about, so no, you cannot. Oh my God, that makes sense, though. I'm glad we looked that up to know why that was funny.
Yeah, that's good.
Clearly no one will live there, and you can't be taking Diane and the girls there. Okay, got it.
No.
All right. So this is where the big news, lightning bolt energy happens. Eagleton will be dissolved and reabsorbed into Pawnee. I don't think I saw this coming at all.
No.
When she said, I know how we can help Eagleton, I did not see that coming. I think that's...
No.
I think it's good. I think it's pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
And
it's
sad.
it is. Yeah. It's going to be a whole uphill battle.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
Right. And I do love that Ben has this whole moment of if you don't want to do this, we don't have to do this. Are you sure? And Leslie's like, well, I think we should because it's the best thing, but also it could, if it works, I could turn back around. And I think that, I don't know if they did this on purpose. I'm sure they didn't at the time, but it does set them up for how she can do more federal jobs or other local jobs or other Indiana state level jobs, because this is how mergers happen all the time, and financial and economic stress is a huge platform for so many politicians, especially locally. How are we gonna make sure that everybody doesn't have their taxes and how we have enough money for infrastructure, roads, buildings, whatever. And so I think that could set her up for a lot of good things down the road, which it does. I mean, we don't really talk about it as this being part of her resume, but it's kind of implied. When Jen says all this stuff that you've done is federal level shit, Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it shows that she can make the hard decisions too. You know? Absolutely.
And it's not always the popular decision. And I know that sometimes we look at our politicians are supposed to fight for us and fight for what we want. But sometimes they have an insight into why something in the long term might work better. Right. We don't have a ton of politicians out there now that I think are always working for the better of their people. They're really just how can they get ahead. But
correct.
if we take her out of our current politics and maybe take it back, or put it in a different context
in like
of
a local time,
so sometimes you have to make really tough decisions that aren't going to be popular, but you know that it's the right decision for everyone in the long haul. It's just going to be really bumpy at the beginning. And I think
totally.
you have to be able to make those decisions to move up.
Yeah, and also in the end of the day, like, it's saving a town.
Yeah.
Like, people, and like, that's what I want to focus on, is that they are going to lose their jobs, they're going to lose their livelihoods. And if people lose their jobs, like we've seen with unemployment, they're going to falter. They are not going to live lives. They're going to lose their insurance. They're going to lose their homes. They're going to not be able to feed their kids. Like, that is a big deal. And so, I mean, that's what I want to focus on, and what she ran her platform on. I want to focus on your hopes and not your fears, or your dreams and not your fears. You know what I mean? So, like, I think that is such a important piece of this. And hopefully Pawnee can get behind it too, and see, like, these people are people too, and these people need help too. These people have to eat and live their lives too. And hopefully Eagleton can be like, not paying their butlers and have to make some changes. I think Eagleton is going to have to make some changes too, which is going to be really hard for them. So they need to cowgirl up. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But anyways. Okay, so let's see. Leslie says that she doesn't like it either. And I think that kind of goes back to where we talked about how, like, I don't think that this is sweeping it under the rug. Leslie doesn't really love it either. She's extra, like, offended when Leslie says what does she say? Like, she has super shiny. Oh, yeah, that extra in the back. Like, when they said, I hate their stupid shiny hair. And she, like, the extra touches her hair. Like, she's offended. Yeah. I thought that was really funny. That made me laugh out loud.
That's good, yeah. Yeah.
Good job, background actor.
Yeah, absolutely. So good.
And then we have a bunch of our people, our townspeople, and Mel, Red-Faced Man, is there. So fun to be on set during all of this. This is his last episode.
Oh, no.
I know. I reached out to him, and I, just wanted to thank him for all of the things that he has given us in the past, as far as, his time and energy and talking to us about the show. We did a full interview with him. He is the one, if you're new here, that said, I hate the one at a time system.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
It's so funny. Oh, God.
He just wants chaos. He just wants people yelling.
Right, exactly. It's so smart. So anyway, he is still doing improv in LA. I will post his Instagram on the show notes so that you guys can follow him if you live in LA. Super fun. And we did a full interview with him back he was one of our first interviews.
He was, yeah. If not the first.
Our first one was Vincent Leslie Jones, who did the theme song.
That's right. So he was the second. Because I always get mixed up which one of them we interviewed first.
Yeah. Oh my God. Love it. Yeah, I should repost that Vincent Leslie Jones one, because that was way back at the beginning. Oh my God, what a great episode. That was so fun. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, thank you, Mel Cowan, for that. Our lovely red-faced man, who is not red-faced at all. Or mean at all. Which you will see.
He's so nice. Yeah.
Then our chanting man comes out. A lot of the townspeople we've seen before. His name is Jeffrey Markle, who we got a voice memo from in one of our episodes a while ago. He is the one I call ham and mayonnaise guy. Or her daughter is an idiot. Her daughter is an idiot.
Her daughter is an idiot. Her daughter is an idiot.
No, she's not. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. I wrote the note of, she was inspired by the kids on the court. When your neighbor sprains his ankle, you help him off the court. And that's so true. Yeah. That's so hard, though. It's hard.
It's hard, yeah.
Especially when you've been wronged by them.
Yeah. There's sometimes when it's really easy to just be a helpful human being. And sometimes it's like they haven't made it easy for you to make that decision earlier on.
Right. But this is the right thing to do. I agree.
It is.
Let's see. Oh, I did write a little thing on Mel. He was in 8 episodes total, our red-faced man. Mm-hmm. So that was nice. And then we've got our Herman Lurpus, says no one bailed him out when he got arrested for arson. Oh, my God.
Different things, dude. Different things are
happening.
Because that's
the same. Right, exactly. So that's played by Richard Birch, and I cannot find any information for him. It's like he only came in to play this role and left, which I love.
That's great.
And then this next gal, what's next? Merging a man with his dog, which, oh my God, again, different thing.
Also different. Yeah. I don't know where they get this stuff.
I know. And this is played by the lovely Kelly Hawthorne, who we got amazing voice memos from a while back. She was in Time Capsule. That was in season 2, I think, something like that. Way back. So I listened to her voice memo from back then, and oh my gosh, she's just so nice and so cool. She was so friendly and complimentary and said that she like really loved the podcast, and she talked a lot about her time on set and gave us some great information. She didn't know she was going to come back for season 6. So in case anyone was wondering, but I did message her and asked if she had any memories of this particular episode, but I haven't heard back from her. But either way, I mean, I'm grateful that she sent it in for the first one because she was so nice.
Yeah.
And then we've got this Eagletonian dude who says he doesn't want to live in Pawnee because, how do you say it? They have no money. And I'm like, honey, you're the broke ones.
You don't have money. Ugh,
Right.
I hate people.
I know. And that is such a good, I don't know, man, illustration of like hypocrisy in this world.
Yeah, for real. But I love that it opens up this moment for Ingrid to step in and show that she's a united front with Leslie and that they've made this decision and they're moving forward together. Because that's what you have to do. Like as a leader, sometimes you have to pretend you're on board with something before you're fully on board because everybody underneath you needs to be united.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so true. I love that. And she says what we're all thinking. Like, we are the ones with no money, and they're offering us a lifeline. And she calls us greasy and denim clads, but they're angels nonetheless.
Yes.
I love that Leslie's like, oh, we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah. She's not wrong.
Yeah, you're so right. They definitely need to have a united front here, and Ingrid definitely needed to say, like, we're the ones that fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad she takes ownership of that.
Me too. This Eagletonian that said the no money thing is played by Todd Stanton, and he's been in a bunch of things. 2.5 Men, We Bought a Zoo. He did additional voices in Deadpool, the video game. Love that. A bunch of other awesome stuff. I think he did a great job too with this like air of I don't think
posh.
So. Posh. Yeah. Totally. Well done to all of the guest stars in this episode, truly.
Yeah, well done. Lots of guest stars in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we are at where Ron has an old school phone that we used to have in like the 2000s. Not even a flip phone, just a regular old like Motorola looking piece of shit.
Yep.
And this is how he's going to stay on the grid for the girls and for Diane, which, listen, that's a great idea. You know?
Yep,
if that's all
agreed.
you want, you got to compromise if you have a family. And I love Tom's line of, ew, grows it as buttons.
Which don't act like you didn't have a phone with buttons at some point, Tom.
Right. Agreed.
We all started
the whole
that way.
cell phone belt clip. Yeah, we all started that way.
Yeah. That I never had.
Clip. Me neither. It's such a dad thing though, so it's perfect for Ron.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it fits his vibe for sure.
Yes. And the girls are there, and Diane's explaining, like, if you ever need to get in touch with him, this is how you do it. It's very nice. Yeah. Do you have anything before we get to Anne talking to Chris?
No.
Okay, so now Anne is back from Bloomington, going into his office, Chris's office, and talking about how awesome Bloomington is and how cool the shops are, restaurants, baby stuff they have. There's a vegan store for Chris. And then Anne kind of stops herself and is like, oh my God, I'm having one. And Chris is stupid and thinks it's a contraction.
Oh my gosh. Some guys, man.
Although it's cute, I guess, in a way, because he's like concerned and like, oh my God, what do we do?
Yeah. Yeah, which I also think, like, if you're not a woman, I think sometimes you don't know what all those words mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so fair. He's got to learn. He's in his learning era before they go into the actual having the kid part.
Right. So, yeah, she says she's having a gut feeling, and she drops another kind of like, oh my God moment when she asks, what would you think of raising our kids somewhere other than Pawnee? And this is where it starts. And I think for me, I'd be like, oh my God. Like, I know that they're leaving this season, but if I didn't know that, if I was watching it for the first time, I'd be like, you know?
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see.
Crazy,
so she's
crazy.
planting that seed of potentially moving. And Chris doesn't say anything, right? He just kind of looks at her, I think, and is like,
Yeah. That's how we're, I think, left with that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Which I think.
So now. Oh, go ahead.
It makes sense. I mean, I think when we look at it now, it's like you said, we got a scene between Ben and Leslie earlier that we needed to get closure about where they were standing with all this Eagleton stuff. And I think it just shows you that it's not, again, it's nothing against the writing, but it's like they got to get Chris and Ann out. So how fast can we get all this done? Whereas Leslie and Ben are getting the time and energy of making sure that we're still along the ride for the relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That makes sense. Oh, Ann and Chris and their many troubles that I have.
Yeah. Real.
Anyways. Okay. So back at City Council, Ingrid is saying thank you. And Eagleton did win the basketball game. So she's kind of jokingly saying, like, you better pay up. And Leslie's like, oh, can't do it. You can't have the apples. They're bad. They were recalled for G. coli. You mean E. coli?
You mean E. coli?
Oh, I wish. Much
Way easier to treat. Gosh, it's so bad.
Welcome to Pawnee. And Ingrid's face of like, oh God.
Oh no. Yeah. It's so funny.
No. But I guess technically, yeah, dude, that's a whole thing, man. Like I was gonna say, because technically everyone will still live in their Eagleton places or like geographically. So I wonder if they're gonna start though using all of Pawnee's methods for like the orchards and stuff in Eagleton, or like the agriculture farms and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're left with a bit of like, oh shit, okay, here we go.
What's happening?
Kind of vibe.
Yeah, how this is gonna happen. Yeah.
Oh, so that was all I have for season 6, episode 3. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, the reason I ask is because I was going to move on. So if you need to stop listening now, that's fine. But I was going to talk about how I'm a little bit further into Agatha all along. And I really think that Aubrey Plaza is like one of the reasons why I'm keeping on watching it, because she's so good. I really love her in this.
Is she?
In this show.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
I mean, and I don't know.
It's just one season, right?
Yeah, it's just one season. I think it's only like 8 or 9 episodes, something like that. Maybe 10 maximum, but I don't even think it's 10. And I don't know. I think the production is phenomenal. They clearly had a lot of money to spend on this show. And the cast is really good. I really like, there's this one girl, if you are familiar with the show, anyone listening, there's this other like Asian gal who plays the protector witch, and her and Aubrey Plaza, and obviously Catherine Hahn. Catherine Hahn is just kind of like circled into obviously why I'm watching it, but her and Aubrey Plaza are like the reasons I'm watching it, and it's so good, and I love it so much. And Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza's like dynamic is so cool to watch. I love seeing them act together, so I absolutely would say to watch it. And I will say it's probably not like my most favorite like Marvel thing ever, but it's like each episode is an escape room kind of thing. They like have to get out of situations.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
It's really interesting to watch them do it, and like I love witches, so that's really interesting too. So
yeah, why not?
So, anyway, so
very
I highly
cool.
recommend that. But yeah, well,
so much parks
that was it.
Overlap.
I know.
Yay.
So much parks overlap. I love it so much. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you so much for listening. We will see you when we see you next time. And let us know if you have any questions. Please rate, review, subscribe, all the things. Thank you for everyone to the guest stars that I reached out to. So I will definitely give them their due process, due time next week. Or whenever we have our next recording. But yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
There's a Atkinson pals, and there's also therapy too.